Welcome to Puvanur RVIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Welcome to Puvanur RVIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Hope you have understood the concept of very complex, what is deemed or considered complex of Mukkaladam in Adithalam, Rupakathalam and Misra Chapathalam. With these ideas, I want you to think over. I've given you several ideas and use those ideas to build complex structures. As we move along, we can have reviews, we can formulate many interesting patterns in this special thalas. Today, I'm going to handle some fresh ideas in Misra Jadi Tripudai and Sangeerna Jadi Tripudai, how to approach with chord-wise from cross-pollinated ideas. Before I get into the class, I will start this class with the Tirukural. Arivudayar avadu arivar, arivilar akhtu arikalladavar. What is the meaning of it? Pinnal varuvadane munnar ariyum aatral udayavare arivudayavaravar. A person can actually visually see at a distance what is going to happen, whether it's going to be good or bad, and that is the level of knowledge which is going to help the person to understand things upfront. Adhanai ariyum aatral illadavar arivilladavarey avar. A person who fails to recognize what is good or bad is going to happen is deemed as knowledge, an illiterate or ignorant person. That's what Thiruvalluvar compares in this Thirukkural with his good thought. Let's all try to be knowledgeable, try to grow in our lives and ensure that we follow the good path. So over the last few classes, we saw the special concept of Mukkaladam or 3/4 space away from the base, 3 aksharas away from the base. For the 3 thalas, Adithalam, Rupakathalam and Misra Chapathalam. Today I am going to cover some mathematical aspects for you to get a much better understanding. I am taking examples of Misra Jadi Tripudai and Sangeerna Jadi Tripudai. The idea why I have taken this is for you to impart the knowledge of how from different thalas you can take the ideas and play chord-wise. One is playing samam to samam chord-wise, absolutely possible, but my guru Kumbhakonam Sri M. Rajapayar actually goes in a very traditional way. Whenever he approaches these sort of thalas, he only ensures that these jadis and what is prescribed in the text is supposed to be played. Meaning, Tisram, Chatusram, Gandam, Misram, Sangeernam, these are all the 5 nadais and 5 jadis we have. And only if it falls into those aspects that is qualified as a chord, which means if you are going to play for 11 akshara or a 13 beat cycle, there are people who play from samam and play, but in general, when people are more traditional in others, they may not accept it because they say it doesn't fall under the jadi, it doesn't fall under the family of 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. So, with that in mind, if you want to play a serene way and Shastric way of playing, these aspects I wanted to impart in you. Assuming you want to, when you are approaching and playing Misra Tripudai with the sequences, as I taught you in the level 3, you keep playing all those sequences, but when you're supposed to play a chord way, you can play whatever the accepted in all context in all others is, you can play Adithalam chord way, Rupakathalam chord way, Misra Chapa chord way, Ganda Tripudai Korvai and no, all these 3, 4, 5, 7, 9 is very much accepted. So you can easily play that. How do we go about playing all these into this thala? So for that you need to know this basic mathematics. So 11 is the cycle. Misra Jadi Tripudai. First of all, you should know what does it mean. So it means 11 beat cycle, and it has got a lagu and 2 rhythms, and the structure goes like this. All these should be on top of your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is Misra Jadi Tripudai Thalam. In this, if you want to play a Adi Thalam Korvai, Adi Thalam Korvai typically is a 16 beat cycle. 16, 24, 48, 32 or anything which is a multiple of 8 is deemed and recognized as a Korvai, as a sequence. If you want, I will take an example of Adi Thalam Korvai. Taddi takadinata, dun dun guti takadinata, dun dun gutakadinata, dun dun gutata, dun dun gutadita, dun dun tata. If I take this Korvai, I want to play in Misra Jadi Tripudai Thalam. What should I do? I should first of all do the arithmetic. What is the arithmetic I need to do? The cycle of each cycle of Misra Jadi Tripudai is 11. So 16 is greater than 11. So you need to take another round of 11. So 11 plus 7 makes it 22. So 22 minus 6, 16 is 6. After 6 aksharas, which means after 6 beats, after 6 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From here you can play the Adi Thalam. Let's see how it goes. Ta din din na, tagadadam, tagadadam, tagadadada, kittu taka din din na. So how many beats you have to push? 22 6 beats. Ta kittu taka din din na, tata din na, ta di taka din na ta, dun dun te taka din na ta, dun dun taka din na ta, dun dun ta ta, dun dun ta di ta, dun dun ta ta. So it lands beautifully. So this is one of the example. Let's try some other Korvai. Tadita, tadikita tadita, tadikita tanda, tadikita tanda, dikita tanda, dikita tandam, tadikita tandam, tadikita tandam, tadikita tata, kita taka din din na, din din, tata din din na, tadita, tadikita tadita, tadikita tanda, tadikita tata, dikita tata, dikita tandum, tadikita tandum, tadikita tandum, tadikita tata. So this you can play. So when you have to play a 16, what you need to push, that's the arithmetic. You need to understand. In Rupakam, it is 12 aksharas, 12 or 24. If you want to play a simple 12 beat Korvai, tadittum, ketadagadum, taddum, ketadagadum, dum, ketadagadum, tadi, ketadadi, 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 tum, ketadagadum, taddum, ketadagadum, dum, ketadagadum, tadi, ketadadi, ketadadi, ketadadi. This is a 12. For a 12, if you want to play 11, actually 12 is greater than 11. You can't play in the one cycle. So you have to borrow from another cycle of 11, the last beat. Tadi, dum, ketadagadum, taddum, ketadagadum, dum, ketadagadum, tadi, ketadadi, ketadadi, ketadada. If you want to play a 10 into 330, if you want to play tadita, ganda chapatalam, tadita, tadikita, tadita, tadikita, tata, tadikita, 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 tata. It's a 10 aksha, 10 beat Korvai, 10 beat Korvai. If you want to play 3 times, now let's take this example, 3 times, 10 into 3 is 30, 30, so if you take a cycle of 11, 11 plus 11, 22, another cycle you take 33. So 30 is the total. 3 times when you repeat the Kanda Chapa Korvai, 33 minus 30 is 3 beats, 1, 2, 3. After 3 beats, if you start and repeat that Korvai, you will land on the space. 1, 2, 3. Tadita, tadikita, tadita, tadikita, tada, tadikita, tada, dikita, tada, dikita, tada. Next is this place. Tadita, tadikita, tadita, tadikita, tada. Tadikita, tadikita, tadikita. Next is this place. Tadita, tadikita tadita, tadikita tada, tadikita 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 tada. It lands perfectly. So these are all the aspects I want you to work, not only for the first segment. As you go along the segment, you can try to play any of the core ways, try to work out, you're going to play one time, you're going to play two times, or you're going to play Tisram, or three times. Any of these, work out that mathematic, work out with this cycle the mathematics, and try to find what is the gap, where from you have to take it, and then you should play. It's not extempore, you can do it, that will take time. You need to rehearse before, if you get into exhibiting these knowledges, you have to practice and rehearse. So these, and a lot of abhiprayams, like 16 abhiprayam, 12 abhiprayams, like 14 akshara, misrachap abhiprayams, gandachap abhiprayams, a lot of things are there. You should keep trying in these talas as you are learning. During the learning stage especially, if you keep working on this, your knowledge, vista will grow. It's important that you need to work on all these aspects. So having said this, I want you to work on several other aspects as you move along this segment in the Misra Jadi Tripudai. Likewise, in Sangeerna Jadi Tripudai. Sangeerna Jadi Tripudai is a 13-beat cycle. So it's something similar logic. So 13 plus 13 is 26. And if you want to play a Rupakatal 24-beat core way, how first of all you need to know what the core way you are going to play. The core way, say it's 24 beat. In Aditalam we will say it should come for 3 beats. This is the core way you want to play in Sangeerna Jadi Tripudai. What you should do. First of all, you should know, are you going to play one time or are you going to play 3 times? If you're going to play one time, what is it you have to take? 13 cycle times 2 is 26 and this core way is 24. So within this 26, you can fit this 24. After 2 beats, you will be able to tell for one time. So let's see how. 1, 2. So on the spot, if you know this mathematics, be it any core way, you take it and then play it, exhibit immediately. If you want to repeat this core way thrice, the concept is 24 into 3 is 72. So 13 into 6 is 78. So we have after 6 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you start here and repeat 3 times, you will be able to play the same core way 3 times with 3 different variations. So these are all the ideas I wanted to showcase here. So in be it Misra Tripudai, be it Sangeerna Tripudai, it not only end here. In any of these 35 thalas, the approach is the same. So especially when you're out of boundaries of the jatis, like Tisra Jati, Chatusra Jati, Khanda Jati, Misra Jati, Sangeerna Jati, if you're out of it, what you need to do, if you want to play a traditional and accepted format, you should play in these jatis, whatever the core ways are there, into these talas. That's the right approach. You can formulate your mathematics and play end-to-end a core way for a Misra Jadi Tripudai or Sangeerna Jadi Tripudai. But that shows your knowledge, but it's not accepted as a traditional or a right way of playing. According to my Guru, Kumbakonam Sri Rajapet Sir and Araganambiyar Pillai, Kumbakonam Sri Rangoyengar, from the way it has come, all these knowledge has come through. So my pranams to all of them. And I wanted to ensure that I also impart these right learnings to all of you, all my students, because it's all come from them, from the exterior gurus. The right way of playing is the right jati core ways are accepted, and not that you can play anything or everything which are out of jati you can play. It's mathematically acceptable, but it's not right. So the most accepted way, as I told you, it should fall in the jatis, and that's the thing I wanted to reiterate here. I hope you all understand this concept and play accordingly. Then importantly, this Mora Korve, towards the end, we can always, there is a mathematical principle by which you can play Samam to Samam Mora Korve in any of the Talas, using the formula I taught you in one of my classes. But that's okay. I think that's more for an understanding of a formula. But if you wanted to play a Mora Korve in Misra Jadi Tripudai, the ideal way is you can use a combination of, say, Misra Jadi Tripudai is, say, for example, 78, 11 times 8 is 88. If you want to formulate for an 88 piece, you can play a Misra Chapu Mora, like Nandari Kadagumta, Nandari Kadagumta, Nandari Kadagumta, Tanga the Tatlangudum, Nandari Kadagumta, Nandari Kadagumta, Nandari Kadagumta, Tanga the Tatlangudum, Nandari Kadagumta, Nandari Kadagumta, Nandari Kadagumta, Tangudum, Nandari Kadagumta, Tangudum, Nandari Kadagumta, Tanga the Tam, Talangu the Tam, Talangu the Tam. This is an acceptable Mora because it falls into the Jadi of Misra Chapu, Misra Jadi. So it is 28 Aksharas. So the remaining 60, you can play a Ganda Chapu Korve. Tit tankita the down, Tadam tankita the down, Tit tankita the down, Tadam tankita the down, Tit tankita the Tadam tankita the Tadik kitatum, Tadik kitatum, Tadik kitatum. This is a Korve of 20 Aksharas, 20 into 3 is 60. So 28 plus 60 is 88. 88 is 11 into 8 is 88. So when you start from the Samam, you can play a Misra Chapu Mora and Ganda Chapu Korve, a bigger Korve, with mathematically together, you get it into Samam. Let's see how. Nandari Kadagumta, Nandari Kadagumta, Nandari Kadagumta, Trangadin Tatlangudum, Nandari Kadagumta, Nandari Kadagumta, Nandari Kadagumta, Trangadin Tatlangudum, Nandari Kadagumta, Nandari Kadagumta, Nandari Kadagumta, Trangudum, Nandari Kadagumta, Trangudum, Nandari Kadagumta, Trangadin Tatam, Trangadin Tatam, Trangadin Tat. From here, you should start the Korve. The most important aspect is where all the landings are coming. You should be very clear. When in this complex Thala, so this is where you have to start the Ganda Chapu Korve. Tit tankita the down, Tadam tankita the down, Tit tankita the down, Tadam tankita the down, Tit tankita the Tadam tankita the Tadik kitatum, Tadik kitatum, Tadik kitatum. Second cycle of Korve should start here. Tit tankita the down, Tadam tankita the down. Tit tankita the down, Tadam tankita the down, Tit tankita the Tadam tankita the Tadik kitatum, Tadik kitatum, Tadik kitatum. The third Korve should start here. Tit tankita the down, Tadam tankita the down, Tit tankita the down, Tadam tankita the down, Tit tankita the Tadam tankita the Tadik kitatum, Tadik kitatum, Tadik kitatum. So this much of concentration is required if you want to tell a Mora Korve for Misra Jadi Tripudai. Similarly, for Sangeerna Jadi Tripudai, you can use the concept of Ganda Jadi Tripudai Mora, that is Sangeerna Jadi Mora is accepted. Tit tankita the Tit tankita the Tadam tankita the Tit tankita the Trangadin the Tam, Trangadin the Tam, Tit tankita the Tadam tankita the Tit tankita the Trangadin the Tam, Trangadin the Tam, Tit tankita the Tadam tankita the Tit tankita the Trangadin the Tam, Tit tankita the Trangadin the Tam, Tit tankita the Trangadin the Tam, Trangadin the Tam, Trangadin the Tam. This is 36 Aksharas. The next 42 is you can use a Misra Chapu, Misra Jadi Korve is accepted. Tadin, Tadin, Takadin, Tadin, 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 Tata, Didi, Kiki, Tata, Dudum, Tadin, Gana, Tum, Tadikita, Tata, 14 into 3. Each Korve is 14 beats, 14 into 3 is 42. So 36 plus 42 is 78. So when you start from the base, you can tell a Ganda Jadi Tripudai Mora and Misra Jadi Korve 3 times, and that should fit a Sangeerna Jadi Tripudai. This is the most traditional way of approaching any Thala which is away from the Jadi. I'll conclude this class with a Thirukural. Anjuvadu Anjamai Pedaimai, Anjuvadu Anjal Arivar Thozhil. What is the meaning of it? Anja வேண்டியவற்றுக்கு அஞ்சாமல் நடப்பது அறிவில்லாத செயலாகும். அஞ்ச வேண்டியதற்கு அஞ்சுவது அறிவுடையோர் செயலாகும். If you want to fear about something, then you need to actually fear. because that paranoid feeling should be there, and that is knowledge will help you come out with solution how to overcome that situation. If you don't fear for that situation, and if it actually occurs, it becomes an issue. So the risk becomes an issue, then it's a problem. That's what Tirulur mentions very secondly in this Tirukural. So we need to have our knowledge built in such a way that we should know what is good or bad, which is going to happen in the near future or distant future, and act accordingly. With this, I'm concluding this class. Hope you have understood the perspective of how to approach Misra Jadi Tripudai and Sangeerna Jadi Tripudai with gamut of ideas, different ideas. And you can play whatever the ideas comes in, and you'll be able to fit it. Hope you have understood all these concepts. People who have not understood still have some clarifications. We can have review sessions, as I normally say. Povanur RVA signing off. I will see you in the next class with more different aspects of song, how to take the song after a shift from the samam, from Aditalam, from Indrupakatalam. We will see so many ideas, what needs to be done, what are the basic essentials that you need to learn. Until then, Povanur RVA signing off.